This is the very first phone with an IP69 rating. Oh, we've got a shared bed.
This is where all the magic happens. Oh.
Okay, so cruise time. First cruise for you, Nick?
First cruise.
So with my buddy Nick, first cruise for him. This is my second. Like, I've been on a cruise before with my dad when I was like 16, but obviously very different times. This is it. This is the swag bag. OnePlus offshore 3-day trip to the Bahamas.
Look at that hat. It's a little large, I would say, but I feel like if you're golfing, you're on the course. It's gonna keep the ears safe.
We'll see what's in this swag bag. So there is OnePlus 13. I've got this in Midnight Ocean, which is fitting because we're about to be on an ocean. 13R. Sunscreen, t-shirt, bucket hat, which Nick was showing. We got to figure out this split bed situation. This is a tight room for 3 days. On the top deck, such an interesting concept. Even though I've been on a cruise before, like I said, it's, I don't know, it's just a little weird. Damn, that's a good shot.
That's a great shot.
Oh,
right there.
incredible. Yeah, cruise, super wild. I thought they were gonna toot the horn when we leave.
Nope, no horn.
No horn, but we're clearly leaving the port. Dope view. Yeah, being on a cruise, like I said, I can't remember what it was like when I was younger, but it's like Vegas on water, like so many things to do, just so many people, consumerism to the max.
Just like Vegas, I think this guy's gonna lose all of his money.
We will hit up the casino tonight, but essentially now, if you think about it, this is being recorded obviously while the OnePlus 13 is on embargo, so I can't take it out into public. We'll go back to the room, unbox it, show what it looks like. I've got a case to wrap it around, and then yeah, for the next 2-3 days, sailing to Bahamas, get to use it. First phone that is IP69 water resistant. Might take it in the water. Watch this guy suck at wakeboarding. It's like right there.
Oh, dude.
You're gonna eat it.
I'm gonna be ripping it on there. Don't hurt your wrist again, eh, bud?
So these are the devices, and I actually did a quick unboxing like early in the morning of the 13 on the cruise ship when like no one was awake, since you technically can't see them in this little cabin area. This is the only place, so I thought I would kind of show you what they look like. Both the 13 and quickly the 13R, which is the budget one. Let's flip this around. Boom, and here is the 13 in the new Midnight Ocean. And quickly, just because we're here, this is the 13R, their budget option. This one is $599 US, $849 Canadian. This one only comes in the black or the white, but that 13, which you want to see, this obviously very fitting as we're on an ocean in Midnight Ocean. It's also available in white and black, but the blue color this year I think is the winner. It's in this really nice faux leather textured finish. We've actually just docked at our first port, which is Coco Cay. So this is a man-made island owned by Royal Caribbean where you can do a bunch of activities. You can hop on a water slide. They've got cabanas, hang out on the beach. Turn it and I zoom in, you can actually probably see the name right there. Perfect day. I don't know if it's actually worth getting off, but we'll figure that out. So let's quickly talk about the design of the phone first. Like I said, it's in that blue color. One thing to note though, the profile of it, it's a lot thinner. There is a new design to the camera. It's a 50 megapixel main, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a redesigned 50 megapixel telephoto that has actually shaved down quite a bit of thinness to the overall profile. It's not as pronounced on the rear camera bump. A complete redesign of the prism on the portrait camera, which makes it 24% thinner. So even putting this into your pocket, noticing that camera bump, which usually sticks out a bit further, it's one of the things that I've definitely noticed in the overall thinness and profile. They've also gotten rid of the separate macro camera, so that just lives inside of the ultra wide, so you've just got the 3 main sensors. And for the rest of the design, pretty standard USB-C port, still a physical SIM. You've got the volume rocker, on and off button, and the alert slider, which has some really nice haptics still. And unfortunately, I do have to now slap this case on the back just to keep it protected from anyone else that is kind of going to be looking on the phone. Let's head to the island. It'll be my very first time. I'm not too sure what you can do on Coco K. Might snap a couple pics, but I think tomorrow when we land, or I guess dock at Nassau, that's where I really want to explore, and maybe I might just stay on the boat and do some fun activities. So I feel like everyone is like heading back to the boats. We're like the only ones.
The only ones going onto the island.
When else are we gonna come here? We gotta at least try it out.
If we get stuck on here, I mean,
That's your fault.
that's okay.
Like, this island is very interesting. Like, tourist-only destination if you're on a Royal Caribbean cruise. Dope. Let's go for a swim. Remember, not saltwater proof. It started pouring! So now I get why everyone was heading back to the ship, because it is pouring. But two things with the water. This has an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. It also has something called water touch. So the phone completely soaked. I can go through all of the different pages. Gestures are working totally fine. I don't think I could say the same for a lot of other phones that I've used, but back to the ship. And then as the sun comes back out, back onto the ships. These are massive. Oh my goodness. It's like we're just being herded back on.
Literally. I feel like a cattle.
And good morning from port day 2. Today we were supposed to be docking in Nassau in the Bahamas. Unfortunately, it ended up getting so choppy last night and the weather was so bad that the captain decided, for obviously everyone's safety, to not dock there, and today we are just spending the day at sea. So unfortunately, I was gonna have today as technically photo day, taking photos in the city, kind of explore around, but I'll just be snapping photos here on the boat. One thing that I've noticed, I got up for sunrise, so the boat's empty. I can still, show it, so no one can actually see the phone. Everyone's like still hungover from last night. I was at the casino, up a bit. I don't know how I'm awake, but I was snapping a couple photos, like I said. So new redesigned sensor. One of the big things I've noticed first off is the transition between lenses. And typically on OnePlus phones before, it was, a bit choppy from the ultra wide to the one to the telephoto. With the new 13, I find that transition a lot smoother, so I think a lot of people will be happy about that. There's a new action mode which should help with shutter, so you can just press down the button and it'll snap a ton of photos, help with a lot of that motion blur with fast moving things like sports. People were wake surfing already this morning, something which I'm effing terrible at, so I will not be doing that and hurting myself. But I do find that the camera has improved a lot just from what I can tell. This is actually the 5th generation of that partnership between them and Hasselblad. They've got a couple of those photo styles. I've actually brought my iPhone with me. I'll take a couple comparisons. I haven't seen them yet on computer, so I'll let you guys be the judge and enjoy some photos on a boat. Chilling on the pool deck on the off day. So 6.82 inch display on this, 4,500 nits of peak brightness, obviously when you're using that. Thankfully it's been overcast, but I've been really good being able to see it in direct sunlight. It's been nice. One thing I will say, the screen is now flat. It still has like the quad curve, so slightly curved on the edges, but classified as a pure flat display. Snapdragon X Elite on the inside, flagship. No connection to the internet out here, but running Wi-Fi, just doing the basic stuff. Very responsive. One thing that I actually love about the new Oxygen OS, it has these nice animations on it. OnePlus has put a lot of work into its design, so just the basic interface, the minimal icons, less like colors, a lot cleaner, a lot sleeker, I find. Simple things like system animations when you're closing an app, that little parabolic effect when it goes back. Those are the things that I really notice. It's a more consistent design language and true to Oxygen OS. Very similar to like stock Android, which I'm a fan of. Nick has never even heard of Android. Have you ever used an Android phone?
I have never used an Android phone. One time I tried, but I got real confused by all the widgets.
Hopeless. So back to the cabin as the weather gets a bit darker as we wrap up our day at sea. So there are, I guess, like a couple things. AI-wise, loaded with features. Obviously, this being like a new device, you've got things like photo on blur, circle to search, like photo enhanced clarity. It's stuff that I've seen before on an Oppo device, very, very similar. Do I use them all the time? No. It's beneficial to have, I guess. An actual AI feature I used with Gemini was to actually look up stuff to do on the boat because we couldn't go to Nassau today, so it said you can go to the casino, which is what I typically do. Like I said, I feel cruises are like Vegas, so hopefully win some money tonight. Currently up a couple $100 and hopefully that gets doubled. The end of another one.
The end is here.
Cruising wrapping up. So that is it for OnePlus Offshore as we kind of get off the boat. Really cool trip, like very different. In all the years I've been doing this, I've never ever had anything like this. Really cool phone. If I've forgotten anything, I'll just add it like at the studio or whatever. But 6,000 milliamp hour battery, like I said, and it actually has an improved density. The battery's actually thinner, but still provides that much milliamp hours. Look at that, that's the end. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.